Boston's second in the East. Are they the second best team behind Cleveland?
I would say, yeah. They're playing very well. I still think they need one more big-name guy. But, Isaiah's doing all he can, and, they play together. Kenny talked about trust. They definitely trust each other on defense and on offense. And this guy, ever since his growing injury, averaging 32, playing lots of basketball. But I say this all the time. I wish he was 6'6".
If he was 6'6", he might average 50.
That's what I'm saying.
Or he might average 12. I mean, I think his size makes him want to have a chip on his shoulder. He was a late draft pick. I think he was the last guy picked
in the second round.
I mean, well, that's only 2 rounds. And I think ever since then, we had him in Phoenix. I watched him in Sacramento. I think his size has actually that has helped my point, Ernie. To be a great player, you have to have an attitude to want to be great. This guy wants to be great. To me, he's what's great about the NBA.
Would you make a move for Melo if you were Boston?
Boston?
Yeah.
No. I don't know if he changes that makes them a championship team. I don't know if he gets them better than Cleveland. But they have a different style of play that he would probably have to kind of change his game and piece to. I just don't know if he makes them better. But it is a possibility. To me, he's an unbelievable scorer. And at this stage of his career, they have to put guys who aren't the main guy on him. So all of a sudden, he still can be a great scorer.
Okay, if you were your buddy Danny Ainge, would you try to do something here to improve this team at the trade deadline?
Yes, but yes, I would, because you piggyback. I don't know if they're the second best team in the Eastern Conference. Toronto and the Wizards are in that conversation, and I think they're close enough to being right there with, if they got the right piece, I think they can.
Is it Melo?
I do not think it's Melo, because I don't think Isaiah and Melo would mesh together, because they both need the ball. And you said Isaiah, they don't mention him, they play defense. Well, they'd have 2 guys when they don't have the ball who wouldn't play defense. So I would make a move, because you're stagnant. You're in the conversation as the second best team in the Eastern Conference, but you could lose to Toronto or the Wizards. But they got so many valuable pieces, and I think they got some good draft picks. I would make the move, to be honest with you.
Who would you go after?
I think, you have to look at his contract, and, you probably have to have a conversation with him. But, Chuck makes an interesting point. 2 guys that like to dribble the ball a lot, like to score, might not work. But, if Carmelo were to come there and say, hey, you guys are already good, I just want to do what I can do, and if he sacrifices, I think
to me, it would look like, honestly, when he was in Denver, like Allen Iverson and him. I don't know if that really was a team that was a great championship mix. Right now, because everyone else is kind of what I call tossbacks. When they get the ball, the ball just keeps ping-ponging around. He's the only one that kind of creates off the dribble is Isaiah, and I think that's why it's worked so well for them.
But also, Ernie, the biggest problem is going to be the salaries.
Right.
They're going to have to give up so many players to match Carmelo's salary. I mean, I think Carmelo makes like $25 million a year. I don't think, other than Al Horford, I don't think anybody on the Celtics makes a lot of money.
You'd have to get him to waive that no-trade clause, also in New York. Detroit number 10 in the East, Celtics number 2. It's game 1 of our double dip here on TNT.